This is driving me crazy because as I was going on the show, I just saw a tweet from from Pramila Jayapal. I don't know if we can put that one up if we have it ready, but we've seen Lindsey Graham hang out with Dianne Feinstein a couple of times, hugged him during the Senate hearings and then afterwards, because why not hug the guy who just brought you a conservative right to lifer? We've seen a fist bump between Kamala Harris this week on the Senate floor. We have seen Never Trumpers just completely, praise Lindsey Graham. We've seen Lindsey Graham cry, talking about how great Joe Biden is as a man. But I don't know if we have that. Do we find that tweet? We do. But we have Pramila Jayapal from the Progressive Caucus now calling for Lindsey Graham to resign because it has now been corroborated, she says, that he urged the Secretary of State in Georgia to find a way to throw out legally cast ballots. There must be accountability and justice for this dangerous attack on our democracy. All right, I'm going to go to Simon first. Do you think that Joe Biden is going to take on his bestie from the Senate? His other bestie, other than McCain. It was like the McCain-Biden, Lindsey Graham trio.
Yeah, I mean, hot take, no, I don't think so. I think like everything we've seen from these people is like all of them, like they're politicians. So first and foremost, their interest is in political power and these political connections that they've established. And I mean, like we were talking about on the show last week, like Joe Biden has not really demonstrated any interest in actually holding Trump accountable after Trump leaves office. I mean, what would indicate to us that Joe Biden will have a different tune for Lindsey Graham?
And what's so crazy about that is, okay, so the entire campaign, the last 4 years have been a neoliberal dream, just challenging Trump and holding him accountable. And now that they actually have the power to do so, and they've made hundreds of millions of dollars making the case, you're just like, it's no big deal. We're just going to focus on some other stuff right now. Jordan, what do you think?
Well, I like you mentioned, not prosecuting any of them. Trump, they want to create unity in the country, as if those people who voted for Trump are, going to line up behind Biden, right? They're going to say, you know what? It was really kind of you to not prosecute our guy. So we're going to vote for you in your second term. We're going to vote for Democrats. It's remarkable because these Republicans keep going further right and keep trying to mess with democracy, and Democrats keep saying, well, we have to meet them somewhere. So you get pulled further and further and further to the right until the point where, not that I think they had principles in the first place, but you clearly have none. You're clearly not fighting for anything. And it's the same way even with student loans. We'll talk about that later, but it's this idea that you're going to continue to appeal to people who have no desire to work with you or vote for you. And it's not just, it's not just naive, it's stupid, right? It is the sort of thing where they're not going to get anything out of it. And so it only leads me to believe that maybe they don't want to. We don't see them running some great race in Georgia, right? They're still talking about healthcare. That didn't work for anybody in this past election. So you mentioned making that much money, hundreds of millions of dollars. Maybe that's what they like, right? Continuing to do hashtag resistance, and they don't want to have the power to really make any big changes. Joe Biden could write away $50,000 of student debt per person, but he's not going to do that probably. And so it just makes you believe that at some point it's not stupid. It's what they're actually, these people are kind of shrewd, and it's actually what they're trying to do. It's all I can be led to believe.
I mean, I think like we've all met these folks before. I've worked alongside them. It's some of the stuff, there is no defense. And so when they have what I always tell folks if they want to learn about like where to attack folks, I'm probably giving it away, is when you go for the money, it's very hard for someone to defend themselves. And so on the Unity Reform Commission, they had a lot of weird arguments about like super delegates, empowering people of color when it actually doesn't, transparent caucuses being bad for people of color. They always had some sort of response to things that like they would tie identity to, right? And even if they weren't true. But when you were following the money, the consultant money, they would just freeze. They had no response. I mean, later they did. They went and attacked everybody who brought it up. But I think what's so grotesque, and I keep using this word over and over on the show today about this moment, is they have nowhere to run. Everyone sees what's happening. Everybody knows what crisis we're in. And they're still appointing Uber executives after everybody, normie Democrats were like, we're not using Uber because Uber's pro-Trump. And they're appointing Uber executives to the transition team. Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube, and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.